I love that I can be an encouragement to my friends who may want to venture into other opportunities. Hopefully I'm doing the same for my internet friends as well. I'm still in the trenches with you, right? So I'm not trying to tell you how to necessarily make it. It kind of feels like we're like in a business school together or something, right? Like an online business school. Toddler in the background cooing. I think he might want to be a YouTuber one day too. July 2024 makes 2 years for me being a full-time entrepreneur. As a startup co-founder, my husband and I are the founders and co-owners of a marketing and production company. We use marketing as a way to fund our actual goal, which is to be filmmakers and put stories on the big screen. I document my journey, but I'm trying to figure out my style. So a lot of times I'll just push record, let the camera roll while I just do normally what I'm going to do. So I figured I would show you guys some of what we've been doing this year and kind of let you guys know like what my thoughts are for anyone who's thinking about being a founder of some kind of company. And it's always just cool to document the journey. So even if you're not a YouTuber, I say document your journey for yourself, because you'd be surprised at how much you can grow and just, you know, where life takes you. You know, life is so interesting. So of course, being a startup founder, you're going to have a lot of failed projects. One project I don't think that we have completely failed at, we just haven't necessarily been consistent with, and that is a video magazine. When you are partners, you will naturally have disagreements about how things should go, and so that project is kind of on hold as we figure out like what it's really going to look like. And of course, me being me, I tend to overcomplicate things. But one thing that we've really been trying to do this year is keep ourselves busy. So in addition to the video magazine, where we, you know, just document people who are doing good things here in our community, we just want to like give them the spotlight. That's a really big thing we want to do with our media company, is promote good stuff. You know, so often, especially in our community, we see the stories of crime, we see the stories of poverty, but that's not all we are. So we've been trying to spotlight that. It's not been going as easy as we thought it would, but you know, part of being an entrepreneur or any kind of visionary or leader is trial and error. Not everything you try is going to work out. Then, you know, if you have been following this channel, if you've been part of this community, and you also probably are familiar with the reality show we tried to launch, but of course, due to creative differences, that project has been canceled as well. This year has been a lot of learning, but I'm grateful for it all, and I'm especially grateful to learn so that I can move forward with more experience and more insight than I did before. One thing about our startup founder journey is that we're either extremely busy or extremely slow. We don't really have much of an in-between. We have kind of come to enjoy this though, because it's somewhat predictable. You know, you usually can tell like when you don't have those conversations about an extensive campaign. For us, that's a signal that we might be headed into a slower season. If we can, you know, save well and prepare ourselves to do other projects, it kind of allows us to have the free time to get back to our own creative ideas, as well as expand into new ventures. And being a family-owned business, our son is just going to be part of our journey. Yeah. So this is the real deal, guys. He comes with us to meetings. He comes to some shoots. Yeah. it is a unique experience, but as he gets older, you know, he can't come to everything because he just has so much energy. But I can't say that I low-key do enjoy him getting to see us build this business, and who knows, maybe it'll rub off on him and he'll want to be an entrepreneur as well. Networking is absolutely key. I love surrounding myself with like-minded people, like-minded women who are either on the same mission or just striving to be better themselves in whatever area they're in. I love to learn from others and their experiences, and you know, just the things that they are learning on their journey. It keeps me hungry. Also, it keeps me inspired. As a full-time entrepreneur, being a Gen Z entrepreneur, I don't really know too many other people who are doing this, and it's not to say that like what I'm doing is better, you know, because a lot of people, number one, are making way more money than me at their jobs, and I totally support that, right? And then like we need everybody to do whatever works for them for society to function. So I'm never going to be the type of entrepreneur that says everyone needs to have a business. I don't think that, but this is kind of a different experience. So networking is always cool because you're reminded of your why. You don't feel so alone. You know, I like doing stuff like that, and I feel like it's important on this journey. So any opportunity that we can have to network, especially when it's like a natural networking thing and it's not so forced, I feel like we should definitely take advantage of those opportunities, and that's been a highlight of my startup experience. At this event, I actually found out that there's a 25-year-old millionaire in Pine Bluff. So talk about motivation. I'm already past that age, and I'm just like, okay, Angie, what have I been doing? But you know, we're all on our own timeline. But it's just nice to know that that vision is not so far-fetched. Someone has already accomplished that, you know? So hearing things like that keeps me going. A downside that I talk about kind of often in this season, I do want to have more fun. But the most fun we have these days is when we are shooting a fun event. So of course I find joy in everything. You guys know I love my morning routine. That's like my favorite part of my day. I love spending time with my family. I love watching my son grow. But as far as like doing things, like getting out of the house and going to new experiences, those are not very common right now because we chose to sacrifice, you know, in order to build this. So here. So anytime that we get to film fun events like this, hear some live music, be surrounded by community, and enjoy just the human experience, I truly appreciate those. And that is one plus being in the media industry. People do want to document those fun experiences. So we do get to do that sometimes, and I take advantage of those opportunities when they come. Making time for friends is also a big challenge for me because in this season it's just truly not a priority. I know that sounds bad, but when you are a full-time entrepreneur, especially a startup founder, if you haven't, you know, went hunting, you're not eating. And so, and I don't say hunting as if like our clients are our prey, but more so the work that we're fulfilling, the service we're providing, the product we are delivering. I don't feel differently about them. I'm not trying to ignore them, but I have to get what I have to get done. I have amazing friends who do seem to understand that. Sometimes my friends will drag me out of the house, right, and make sure that I do still enjoy life in some way. Sometimes I do have friends who will be like, girl, we finna get out the house for a minute, right? And that's important, but it's just not a priority. So gotta find that delicate balance being a startup founder. That's something that I always tell people about. You know, if they're thinking about making that leap, you have to make a lot of sacrifices, and leisure is one of those sacrifices that at least I've had to make. And I don't complain about it because I absolutely love what I'm doing and I believe in this vision. And I'm also very thankful for my friends who are patient when I don't text back super soon or call back super soon. I think that my friends understand what I'm doing. Even if they didn't at first, I think they have grown to. And I love that I can be an encouragement to my friends who may want to venture into other opportunities. I'll be able to understand what they're going through. Hopefully I'm doing the same for my internet friends as well. One thing I absolutely have to do though is keep my mind right. And a big part of that is staying in shape. I prioritize exercise daily if possible. because it's that physical endurance and that physical perseverance that reminds me I can push through hard things, even mentally. I can push through challenges of figuring out what's going to work in our business, challenges of trying to try new things and bouncing back from failure. Working out really reminds me that I can do that type of stuff. So I would encourage any entrepreneur, any goal getter, any goal oriented person to stay active. Even if I'm having a bad day, just moving my body for 10 minutes, oh my gosh, it's crazy what kind of medicine that is for me. And I have to have a positive mindset in order to stay focused and diligent in this space. As an entrepreneur, no one's begging you to earn money, right? No one's begging you to figure out ways to make money for yourself. So you have to stay hungry and stay on top of yourself. And I find that working out is one of the best ways that I do that. And it also gives me super high energy that I need for our busy seasons when we're having back-to-back meetings, back-to-back shoots, or meetings and then a shoot the next day, you know, staying hungry, staying diligent. Because one of the biggest things about being a startup founder is when people don't necessarily trust that you can deliver or even know who you are yet, not only do you have to work harder for less pay in order to pay your bills, on top of the work that you're doing that's bringing you income, you have to think about other work that's going to give you marketing. Especially being a media company, we do our own marketing. Otherwise, how can we say we can market for ourselves, for our clients? So on top of fulfilling our clients' assignments, we are also figuring out ways to create our own content for ourselves. Sometimes I'm working from 4 or 5 a.m. till 12 midnight, and I can catch up on my sleep when I need to, especially on the weekends. But this is no walk in the park. And going through my old footage and my old content, I'm reminded of course, the sacrifice, but also like it is possible, you know. And a lot of times when I'm on YouTube or social media, I'm looking for content that will inspire me. But as I look back at what I've documented in my own life, low-key, my content is something that I can use to inspire myself. And so I truly hope that it inspires you on your journey. The more I share my startup founder journey, especially on like TikTok or Instagram, I get more and more questions. And I just want everyone to know, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. Of course, I'm still in the trenches with you, right? So I'm not trying to tell you how to necessarily make it. Thankfully, we have had some amazing clients, and I'm just so thankful that we are even where we are now. But it is going to come with some sacrifice. It is late nights and early mornings, right? But as long as you have a strong why, which we absolutely have a very strong why, I think you can get through it. So I hope that you found this video insightful, a little bit of a preview into what it might be like for you. Of course, everyone's journey is going to be different, but I also hope that I can be encouraging to you. You know, I think a lot of times when you're pulling those all-nighters, or you're posting that content and not seeing that many likes, or going months without another client, it can really feel extremely lonely. And that's a big reason why I've kind of pivoted my content to sharing more of the journey, is because I want people to know that they're not alone. I love watching other YouTubers who document their business journey. I don't care how many subscribers they have. I just like to see people who are, it kind of feels like we're like in a business school together or something, right? Like on an online business school. And so I hope that I can encourage someone the way other content encourages me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this content. But until next time, seek the kingdom and serve your community.